Hey everybody, I'm planning on making a few tutorials to help people probably figure out a few things they didn't know when they decide to draw. Drawing, I believe, is all about thinking about what you're trying to accomplish, and a lot of people simply want to make a picture a lot of people will look at. At least that's how it starts. I'm hoping to make a few tutorials that will get people thinking. I know a lot will be really basic, and a lot of people already do the basics, but I'm hoping to maybe make you catch something that you didn't think about before. I usually look for that when I do tutorials, or look at tutorials, and hopefully I can do that for you. I wanted to start off with the tools. My usual tool is just a basic mechanical pencil. I choose to use 0.9 instead of 0.7 because I think 0.9 is lead, of course. It doesn't like to crush the paper and make indentions because I tend to draw very hard. I know a lot of people start off like that, and I just think when you're doing a rough sketch and you're going over things over and over, it's just easier if you don't have to erase so hard because you've made indentures in your paper. A lot of people also use an HB pencil. It has no eraser, and it's very hard lead. You can make it into whatever kind of point you want, obviously, by sharpening it with a basic pencil sharpener, which you will probably need. And it's pretty good for making sharp, crisp lines, and, you know, with it you'll also need an eraser. I use a basic pink eraser. Another regular pencil people use is called an ebony pencil. It's good for shading. It's very soft lead. It's not good for very straight lines. Well, not for very crisp lines. Like I said, a lot of people will use it for shading. But if you don't shade much, then not that big of a deal. Again, you'll need a pencil sharpener for it. And also, you will probably want to get a rubber eraser, because ebony likes to smear when you try to erase it, and it coats your eraser. A rubber eraser will pick it up instead of simply trying to erase it, and they last forever. Another thing people will use are pens, and there are lots of different types. I use a set of pens called Millennium by Zig that I got from my local art supply store. I got a pack of 5 of them, all different sizes, for about $10. They're acid-free, light-fast, waterproof, fade-proof, non-bleeding, etc. And I like them because I can get them cheaply and they work pretty well. A lot of people use Micron. I don't personally like Micron. I think it's a little, I don't know how to say it. I personally, but that's just a personal preference, think that it's a little rough. So like I said, I prefer my Millennium. A lot of people, the good thing about these two is that if you're going to color it, they won't bleed. And I like that. That's a good thing. But if you're not planning on coloring it, you know, you can use pretty much any basic pen you have around, and it will work. If you want thicker lines, a nice, if I can get it in here, a brush pen is a thing a lot of people will use. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. Alright, and those are pens. Okay, sorry about the little skip there. Next I want to talk about coloring utensils. When using dry media, you probably don't have to worry about what pen you'd like to use. And by dry media, I mean pastels, pencils, colored pencils, you know, etc., etc. Right here I have a Prismacolor pencil, which I haven't sharpened. Prisma is a basic colored pencil, but it's very good. It's the pigment is held together with wax, and it's very good color because it layers up very well, and it can give you very nice vibrant colors and deep colors, and a lot of artists like to use it. Usually, sometimes you can use it with a base of marker, but I personally consider markers wet media because they will smear your ink lines if you use a specific kind of pen. Another colored pencil is this one. It's Faber-Castell. It's actually a watercolor pencil, but it's still a colored pencil, and I consider it dry media. Watercolor pencils are very hard lead. Don't push very hard, but they work very nicely with watercolors for small touch-ups and so on, because with watercolors, small areas can be hard to color and get them the right shade that you're looking for. They're also good by themselves. They are. This is a Lyra Rembrandt Polycolor one. I like that one a lot of times because it's a soft lead like the Prismacolor, and it's a good colored pencil. It doesn't layer quite as well as Prisma, but I think it's pretty good. For wet media that I have with me, I don't have any pastels with me at the moment, forgive me. But for wet media, a lot of people will use Prismacolor markers and Copic sketch markers, or any other Copic markers. I only have, I'm only open at this moment to Copic sketch because that is the only thing my local store sells. Right here I have blue violet and a skin tone fruit pink, and they're both very good markers. Copic, I would have to say, is better than Prisma. They're both good. They're both high quality. However, I think that Copic's layer better than Prisma. Prisma's good, but some of the markers will tend to leave kind of a wet spot. I can go over that later. But it leaves a space where it looks like you dripped water on your picture. And I don't like that look. Some people do, some people don't. Copics, on the other hand, I find don't do that as much. Or at all. I haven't really found any at all that do it. Copics are good. You can refill them if you've got refills. You can change the nibs. So, you know, adding it all up, I'm sure you could save money. I haven't had that chance yet, however. But I find they're good markers, and they also come in a bigger variety than Prisma does, I believe. Also in wet media is watercolor. There are two types of watercolor, actually, and they're the hard and soft.